As a civil engineer, I have done quite a lot of inspections in my personal career, but today is a first of its kind. Join me as we are going to have a look at a tower in Firewatch. Let's get started. Here we have an impressive looking Firewatch tower. The structure looks very solid, with its columns, beams, trusses, and its overall orientation. Let's take a closer look at the foundation of this tower. The foundation would ideally look more convincing if it was thicker, wider, and deeper into the ground. There are technical calculations behind creating a foundation in order for engineers to decide on how thick, how wide, and how deep should they be in the ground. But as per its current look, it looks smaller than ideal. This staircase looks decent, and it is easy to construct as it resembles that the material used here is made of wood. As we go up the staircase, we can also see that on one side it is built with a chain link fence. This is an added safety feature to prevent people from falling down the tower. I have noticed that the chain link fence stopped midway. It did not continue going upwards, so it could be that this tower is still under construction, or it could be under maintenance and they have identified that the fencing needs to be replaced, and that could be one of the reasons why. Interestingly, the details of the nails are being showed in this game, and we could also zoom in and take a closer look of these nails being placed on the handrails. It would have been nice as well to have the nails placed here so that it looks more detailed for the handrails. So the nails could have been placed this side, and on this side. Going up further, looking at the soffit of the cabin, it is noticeable that a combination of wood and steel is being incorporated here into the work, and that is to further enhance the rigidity and the strength of the overall structure, especially for the cabin upstairs. These metal parts here are what we call saddles, so they are metal materials which are bolted into the wood to create a bracing or a stiffener kind of function to the whole structure. And this one over here, bent in 90 degrees, is what we call a bracket. We have reached the top floor and we are now about to enter the cabin. Going in, a decent interior size and fully surrounded with windows, and it makes it fully functional for Firewatch towers to be designed in this way so that the lookouts would be able to respond quickly and alert people about any potential danger that is happening in the woods. We actually have some concrete blocks here used as a stand for a mini table. There is a map in the middle of the room labeled as Firefinder, a typewriter to do some reporting. A fire extinguisher is also available here. We got an old wood stove and a modern stove. We have a sink without a faucet that tells us that the water is taken from a different procedure to wash your dishes and clean dirty items. We have a water jug that is labeled with Goldman. Yeah, I see what they did there. I can see that. We also have a first aid kit, which is handy for emergencies. There's no sign of any refrigerator here in the cabin, and that asks the question on how will the foods be preserved. This is where the lookout sleeps. Always clean and do your bed after you wake up so that your wife will be happy. Let's head back outside. We also have an inlet pipe here, which means that the rainwater could be stored to a tank, or to be specific, it is called a cistern tank, which means that it has its own filtration system. And what it does is the stored or collected water will be potable, which means that it can be used for drinking and cooking for the people. When we get down, we will follow this pipe and see the tank downstairs. Here we have a cistern pipe, and we can see that the pipeline is coming from the roof, going down the tower, and being filtered here inside, and the water will be ready to be used for the people. We actually have a toilet here, which further asks the question on how is this being maintained. Let's go inside and see what we have here. Where does the solid matter go after it is dropped there? Let's try to close the door and see how it feels inside here. Yep. No. We could still even see from little gaps here that people could see us from the outside, and we could see them. If this toilet was a little bit more elevated from the ground, meaning if it was raised up a little higher, then there would be a storage underneath that could be placed, and there would be a suction hose pump from trucks that could take out all the human waste and then dispose it to the right locations. All in all, the tower looks pretty solid. It is mostly built of materials that resembles wood, which is usually faster to build or to construct as compared to steel structures. Though it might require regular maintenance, it still holds up its strength pretty well if made from high quality materials and craftsmanship. If you enjoyed this video, consider to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.